Hello, 7-1 student. Welcome back to week 3 of NTI instruction with me, Mrs. Board. I'm happy to be making this video for you today, hopefully giving you something to work on in the next week and giving you something to think about. I'm not sure how many of you had a chance to take a look at the stream on Google Classroom. I'm trying to put a little bit more on there each day. I don't know if that I'll have a comment every day, but just to, to give everybody a heads up of what's going on and reminders of things that are important. Some of you may have seen on the stream for Thursday, this morning, I put that I had hurt myself yesterday. It was kind of funny because I only helped my husband work on the deck for about 10 minutes and I wasn't watching where I was going and ran pretty hard into a 2x4 that he had set up on top of the deck that he was working on. And so I've got a pretty big bump, hopefully not a concussion. It's sore and I have a headache, but anyway, I don't know if you can see that in the video, but if you are, that's what's going on with that. Okay, here we go. So this is a video that I will be posting on YouTube. Hopefully you'll be able to see it on Friday, April 24th. This work will be for the next week, so until about Monday, May 4th or so. We are going to be continuing with our Understanding Other People unit that we began last week. Students will, by the end of this unit, be able to analyze how an author develops a character's point of view. They will also be writing a literary analysis essay that uses evidence from multiple texts to answer the essential question, which is, why is it difficult to understand other people? The final assessment, you'll notice I pushed back the due date on that one, just taking a look at things, and I want to make sure you have plenty of time to do a good job on this. So the final assessment will be due May 18th. I want you to know what's going to be expected of you at the end of the unit, so I'm just telling you that now. After reading 4 texts over the next 3 weeks or so, middle school, last week's text, the mustache, this week's text, then we'll have We Wear the Mask and Soul Painting. Students will write an essay in which they answer the essential question for the text set. Why is it difficult to understand people? Other people. Be sure to include specific details from more than one text in your essay. I'm going to try to figure out how to put this graphic organizer on Google Classroom so that you can complete it as you are reading the selections in the unit. So you can check back to Google Classroom to see if I'm successful. If not, it might just be a good idea just to, on a piece of paper, create your own graphic organizer that looks like this. Again, the essay prompt, why is it difficult to understand to other people? You can see the 4 different texts that you'll be using in writing this literary analysis. This question says, how does the text answer the essential question? So as far as middle school, our text from last week, which was the podcast interview transcript, why is it difficult to understand to other people? I would probably write something like, sometimes people are going through difficult stages in their lives, one being middle school, and it may be a time where people are trying to figure things out. We want to make sure that right here we give text evidence and include the paragraph number. So for me, I really liked in the first, the prologue, which was when he was talking to the girl named Annie, when Annie says, whatever middle school was, it worked. Everyone in high school is a lot friendlier and everyone's lives are a lot better now. So I feel like that's text evidence to show that sometimes we don't know, parents and teachers don't, well, we do kind of, but because we were in middle school, and if you teach in a middle school, you kind of pay attention to what's going on with students. But it can be tough because things have changed. A lot of you put that in your short answer question, than when we were in middle school. So for me, the text evidence here, I would have to go through it a little bit closer, but because I shared my favorite line, but I'm not actually sure that's text evidence to prove this. I would probably put something there about how everybody is so judgmental. The kids, that's why the girl made it anonymous, her note. You always wonder whether people are going through the same thing as you. It'd be cool to hear other people's stories about what they went through. So anyway, I would need to go back, but you get an idea of what you'll be doing on this page, okay? So then when we go back, if it will allow us to, let's see. Also, you'll notice in this helpful hints for you to organize the essay. I'll just kind of review this for you each week so that you know kind of what's going to be expected at the end of the unit. Okay, that all of this is here. And finally, this is the essay prompt. After you have read the 4 texts, write a multi-paragraph essay in which you answer the essential question for the text set. Why is it difficult to understand to other people? Okay, so that's just a little bit of a review of what you'll be doing at the end of the unit, okay? All right, so I'm going to show you, this is only a 5-minute video to get you thinking about the story for this week. This week, the story is called Mustache. Okay, so here again is a 5-minute video, kids meeting a woman with dementia. Just watch this and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
You told me your name, but I forgot it.
It's Crystal.
I know, but I will forget it.
Justin, you go first. Hi, I'm Justin.
Hi, Justin. Nice to meet you. My name is Miriam.
Hello.
Do you know how old I am?
28?
Oh, 28. Oh, I wish. How old do you think I am?
80.
Oh, from 28 to 80?
Sorry. What do you do at home?
Well, I'm retired, but I used to be a lawyer. About 7 years ago, I began to forget things.
I forget, like, everything.
You forget everything. Oh my, I've got Alzheimer's. Have you heard of Alzheimer's?
No.
Alzheimer's is a disease.
Is it contagious?
No.
Can you die from it?
Yes. Yes. What's happening in my brain is that my brain cells are dying. Do you know what genetics is? It's like it's your genes. And so I forgot where I was going. Genetics. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, what's that? It's that thing that goes around eating things.
Oh, you mean Pac-Man?
Pac-Man, yes. Well, there's a Pac-Man in my brain going around eating my brain. Yeah. And there's nothing right now that can stop it.
Maybe you could just create a ghost in your brain and then eat Pac-Man and go bye-bye and then the ghost goes away.
Sure, absolutely, why not? Do you ever forget things?
When I put the remote down and go to get something, when I come back in the room, I forgot where the remote was. Have to search the entire room. My dad is kind of like that. When my mom asks him to do something, he doesn't do it every single time. And he always says, I forgot, 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 I forgot.
What else do you forget?
How old I am, sometimes I think I'm 6.
Uh-huh. I create a system. I've got a Google Calendar on my laptop and on my cell phone. My calendar is basically substituting for my brain because my brain isn't working. Have you heard, you know what Alzheimer's is?
Yeah, you said that earlier.
Ah, yes.
It's okay. It's okay.
You know, I'm 70 years old, but
you're
I'm becoming,
old?
but I'm going to be becoming a baby because I'm going to forget how to eat. I'm going to forget how to do things. A couple of days ago, I didn't know where I was. It took like 5 minutes for me to figure out where I was in my apartment. What would you do if you got lost?
There's a trail right by our house. That trail could go anywhere, Justin. And what happens if let's follow the trail? If he goes onto the trail, I don't go onto the trail. I would just pass our neighbor's house.
Okay. I'm confused.
Well, I would do
I
this.
am totally confused. Okay, what was he saying? You know what's happening with me right now? It's called sundowning. And sundowning is when somebody who's got Alzheimer's has a difficult time remembering and following. And so that's what's happening to me right now.
Does someone take care of you?
No, I live alone. I've got a lot of friends who check up on me.
Yeah, me too. I have so many friends. I can only remember a few of their names.
Oh, I can't remember names. Sometimes I get sad, but not often. I don't know. But I try not to get upset because getting upset just makes it worse. And so I have hope that there's going to be a cure to stop Alzheimer's.
Hello guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and
All right. So, dementia. As people get older, everybody loses some of their ability to remember and to think. It's a normal part of aging. However, some people develop a disease called dementia. And one type of dementia, it's Alzheimer's, as we saw in the video, that causes them to lose their memory and cognitive abilities much quicker than expected. There is no known cure for the disease, and about 10% of all people can expect to develop dementia in their lifetimes. About half of all people over 85 have dementia. So for this week of April 24th through May 4th, you're going to be reading a short story and answering questions about a 16-year-old boy. It's called Mustache because the boy has one. Read to find out how the mustache is important to the story. It's also about forgiveness and dementia. The main character visits his grandmother in a nursing home. So I read it earlier on Common Lit, just so that you know. It is a longer piece. It's a short story, but it's kind of long. It's fine to have it read to you. That's what I did because I have a hard time. I don't like reading a lot on the computer, especially with a headache. So feel free to just listen to the story. You can follow along as it's read to you, and then answer those 4 questions. Actually, there's 5, the one short answer. Take your time. I know that they're challenging questions, but just do your best on it. And I'm hoping that as we continue to answer these type questions, they will become easier as time goes. These questions are really important. And again, I think I said this last week, but it will help you with your map when we get back in the fall, get back to school in the fall. And because these are the type questions you see on MAP, and also as far as K-Prep. And as you know, they're telling us that it's going to be online next year. So especially these short answer questions, I want to make sure you get in the good habits of making sure that you start sentences with a capital letter. You always capitalize the pronoun I. You put periods at the end of sentences or some other type of punctuation. And again, I'm seeing great claims. I am not seeing great evidence. Some of you are really starting to include that evidence to support the claim. Great job with that. That's when you start earning those 3s and 4s when you do that. Okay, so you want to make sure you always go back to the text to find some some evidence to support your claim. I will be, by the way, on Friday, so the day that this video is released, I will also release your scores so you can see how you did on the middle school questions. And again, hopefully those will become easier and as we continue to practice these types of assessments. Okay? So your independent work this week is to, 1, read the mustache. T should be capitalized there, I apologize. Complete the assessment on Common Lit. I'm hoping, as I said, to be able to figure out how to put that graphic organizer on there. That will be optional. However, you do want to make sure, well, let me back up. It would be helpful, obviously, when you go to write that literary analysis paper in a week or 2, actually 2 to 3 weeks, that you, because obviously you can just use that information from the graphic organizer, so it would make sense to kind of do it as you read these 4 pieces as we go, okay? And I decided to give you 2 weeks to work on the Khan Academy because as I was keeping track of taking a look at things this week, I want to make sure that I give you plenty of time. I know that I am expected to give you 2.5 hours of work per week. So I know watching this video is about 16 minutes or so, maybe 17 by the end of it. It'll take you about an hour to listen to the mustache or to read the mustache and answer those questions. So that's an hour and a half. And then you've got the Khan Academy work. I know that you'll be working on the graphic organizer. So anyway, I know that you're working with other classes, that mine is not your only class. But I would like for you to take a look at that Khan Academy because we've been working so hard on our grammar this year, that I want to make sure that we don't kind of slack off the last couple weeks of the school year here. So with Khan Academy this week, this was in the last video or last week's video, but I decided to give you 2 weeks to work on that first section. I'll be assigning this for the next 2 weeks. You'll be working on italics, underlining, using quotes and titles, parentheses. There is a test that you'll be completing after watching the video and doing the practice. And again, you'll have 2 weeks to work on this. Okay? Have a great week. I hope to see you at our Google Meets or on Google Meets Monday from 10 to 10:30. I'm available to answer any questions that you may have on the Common Lit or the Khan Academy. This week I hope to start giving students a chance when we meet on Google Meets to share one good and one bad or ugly from the previous week. So if you're able to join us, you might want to be prepared to share one good thing and one bad or ugly thing from the previous week, or maybe just your time in quarantine. Okay? All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Feel free to subscribe. If you like this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Have a good week. Bye.